Hello everyone, Majid from NDS here. Welcome to another video. In this video, I will be focusing on one of Microsoft Dynamics 365 products, which is the Dynamics 365 sales product. It's a CRM product. I'm going to be giving a very high-level overview of what this product does, what are the options that it has, what it can primarily be customizable to do. So this video is going to be very interesting for anyone that's sales team lead, operations executive, financial operations executive, anyone that's just tired of using Excel to manage and monitor how the business works within them. Without further ado, let's kick it off. So as you can see, like I said, there are several CRM products Microsoft offers, but in our case, we're just going to be touring the sales. There are different tiers. These are just licenses that Microsoft has even within the sales. So there's the Sales Hub, Sales Professional, and Sales Team Member. And, based off of the license, that will determine the type of features that you'll be able to have and use within the CRM. So for example, as I know that the Sales Team Member is just quite limited to just read and write access to records within the CRM. For the sake of this video, we'll just be focused on the Sales Professional license. That's the one we're going to be using on our sandbox. So if we go over here, you can see this is how it looks like. This is a sandbox environment, which is a dev environment. So just to explain before we go any further, when we say sales experience, it's not necessarily just sales support, right? It's every single thing that comes before and then after. So from the first inquiry to follow-ups to proposals, negotiations, and eventual handoff of whatever product or service that's being tracked. Most companies already do this, right? But just very badly and inefficiently. And that's what this Dynamics 365 solution is built for, right? So within it, you can see that on the left-hand pane, we have a navigation bar. And you can see there's the sales section. And the first thing that comes is the lead. So the flow within the CRM is a lead comes in, a lead gets qualified. There's a qualification process, depending on whatever parameters that you put in. And once the lead is qualified, it becomes an opportunity over here. So what happens in between, right? In between is as a lead is getting more information about it, like it's not yet qualified. So that's where you would add information like accounts. So an account is just the company entity, the organization you're dealing with, or the contacts. The contact is the person within that entity, within that organization. So you would be adding that information within the lead stage. As you can see here, this is how it looks like. Over here, you can see we have what we call in Dynamics the business process flow bar. It's pretty much the different stages that happen within your sales process. Everything is tracked. And this is one of the key features that actually brings in accountability within teams, because it allows people to know at what stage am I going to come in and do my part, right? So that's a key feature within it. So this is just generally how it looks like. It's a typical form. It has different sections. It has different tabs. And at the top here, you can see that this particular record is read-only, and that's because it's qualified. Like I mentioned, right? Qualification happens when we're pretty much sure that it's a good deal. It's something that's going to actually happen. That's when you qualify a lead. So that's pretty much how it works. If we go over to the opportunity of this lead, we can pretty much be able to see. You can see, so this is the opportunity. This is a qualified opportunity. So we can then see the other things that happen after that. So this is the opportunity to sales process. And what next that happens is the purchase time frame needs to be set. Estimated budget needs to be also set. So Over here is where you would actually um, develop the opportunity pretty much. So that's from getting in the notes that are needed to tracking the email trails, the back and forth, to storing out all the files that relate to this particular opportunity. To also storing out the financials of what is happening. So these are all default set fields and sections, but within the CRM, customization is it's very key, and it's a very primary thing to the system. So it's it's a very team oriented software. It's not something that an individual, you can as an individual just running yourself, depending on the scale of your operation. But in most cases, it's a collective thing, right? So everyone comes onto a CRM and sees what needs to be done, sees a task that's been assigned to them, and then takes on the task and completes it. And everyone else is informed. So that's pretty much how the sales pipeline works on the CRM. I can just show some more sections. So this is the account section, the account entity. So it's empty. So what we'll do is I'll show you how everything is tracked, right? So within this opportunity, you can see this is the topic name. It's just default fields, default entries. Our contact is John Doe, and the account is empty, right? So in this case, we're going to create a new account. I'm just going to say test account. Here, I'm just going to keep this as is and save and close. So what I've just done is, you can see over here now, the test account has been created. Your changes were saved. You can view the record being the account. So let's just go through here. Okay, so now you can see this is the account we just created. It's linked to that opportunity. And then we have all the other extra fields that you can add regarding this account. And then that's how it pretty much is. So that's what it looks like. And then we have right here in the middle the timeline. This is where you would add your notes, your appointments, your emails, your tasks. They'll all come up here. And they'll all be referenced in all the other places. So let's say an email trail that's in the account, well, an email trail that's in an opportunity will be referenced back to the account. And that's primarily how the pipeline works. When we come to the aspects of reporting, forecasting, and visibility, Dynamics has several features. So we have dashboards. We also have other reports that we can actually create and put in place, depending on how the design is done. Over here in activities, this is where you would find all the different activities that happen. This is an activity showing appointments, but there are other views for that. So all depends on what you're doing. And so in Dynamics, the issue that people usually face is with implementation is they customize too early. They go in and they take the default solution and they just extract from it and then try to replicate to the T what they already have or what they already had in mind of the perfect system. And that just causes a lot of headaches because implementation is one thing, but adoption is another thing. So if the team within you and they're seeing this new solution is so complicated, they end up just not using it and going back to the Excels, and then that just causes the CRM to fail, right? So that's one thing that people really need to take in mind when trying to go in and implement a CRM, no matter even if it's not even Dynamics, any CRM. The customization level should be at the bare minimum at the start, and as obviously as things get used and things grow and the data set grows and people get more comfortable, then changes can now start coming into play. But CRM is very vast. This is just a very high overview of an introduction. I'm going to be releasing further videos focused on, singular entities within the CRM, starting from the accounts, the contacts, the lead, opportunity and just explaining how they work as individual processes within the whole, in the whole, right? So stay tuned for that. And then, yeah, without further ado, like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.